Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Siska Pujawati. I'm from the 7th group. And as the last speaker, I'm going to explain you about speech aid and conversation exchange. So this is my video presentation and happy watching. Okay, let's start our discussion. I will explain about speech aid. The first point is speech aid theory. Speech act is a phrase that consists of two words, speech and act. Speech act is originally present by philosopher Austin 1975 on his book How to Do Things with Words and developed by Shelley. Austin defines speech act as what action we perform when we produce utterance. Shelley say that the unit of linguistic communication is not, as has generally been supposed, the symbol, words or sentence, or even the token of the symbol, words or sentence, but rather the production or issuance of the symbol, word or a sentence in the performance of the speech act. According to Shelley, 1969, say if the speech act performed the utterance of the sentence in general function of the meaning of the sentence, and then speech act also called as the action performed by speaker within utterance. Okay, next point is the categories of speech act. Speech act divides into three major categories. They are locutionary, illocutionary, and perlocutionary, according to Yule 1996. The first point is locutionary act. Locutionary act is literally meaning of a sentence. In other words, locutionary act is the act of saying something. Next, perlocutionary act. Perlocutionary act can be called with praise. The act of affecting someone refers to the effect this utterance has on the thought or action of the other person. And the last, illocutionary act. Illocutionary act is the act of saying utterance or the act of doing something. It is not only used for informing something, but also doing something as far as speech even was accurate considered. Okay, next point is kind of speech act. Search divides the kind of speech act into commissive, directives, assertive, expressive, and declaration, according to Sir 1979. Okay, the first is commissive. Commissive are the kinds of speech act that speakers use to commit themselves to some course of future action. Next, directives. Directive is one kind of illocutionary speech act. Directive is the speaker expects the listener to do something as a response. The third point is representative. Representative are the kind of speech act that state what the speaker believes to be case or not. Okay, next, expressive. Expressive is the next class of illocutionary. Expressive is the act which reveals expression in the utterance. And the last is declarative. Declarative is or declaration is a kind of speech act that changes the words via utterance. Declaration are the skin of words and expression that change the words via their utterance, such as beating, naming, baptizing, marrying, and so on. Okay, next slides. I will explain about conversational exchange. The first point is the definition of conversational exchange. Conversational exchange is a way to practice the language you would like to learn with a native speaker of that language, who in his or her turn learn the language that you speak fluently. Next point is the reason you should do conversational exchange. The first is active language practice, then networking or conversation exchange for networking, and then sharing your interests. Next, acquiring new knowledge, and the last, emotional exchange. And the last point, I will explain about the several ways to have a conversation exchange. The first is set up a formal conversation exchange. The second is sign up for couchsurfing to meet people. Whether you are traveling in an English-speaking country or at home in your own country, you can meet lots of native English speakers on couchsurfing. Okay, next point, when you meet someone for the first meeting, the first time, go have a drink while you get to know each other. And next, look for common ground and focus on that. Next, bring a notebook with you. If you always have a notebook, you will be able to write down new vocabulary and write out loud. Otherwise, communicate with that are difficult for you to say in your new language. Next, if you are native speaker, as language hero to meet English speaker that you can chat with online. And the last point is stick with it. It is inevitable that you will make mistakes, lots of them. If it is just like learning how to be good at anything else, it takes practice and mistake to get better. Okay, that's enough. Thank you for your attention. Sorry if a lot of mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.